Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing another viewer request, sharing how I put together this sewing booklet. So first off, I want to say if this is for you, you might want to look away. But yeah, I'm working on the pages that go on the inside here, and I did recently put this in some heavy books and got it flattened. So this is pretty much everything I have for this. Oops. Hang on, I think I got something else back there. Yep. Okay. So these are my pages. I tried to prep ahead of time. It's been a few days since I've come back to this, so I'm kind of okay. And then these are all my lace pieces, and I just cut these out of tea stain file folder, and they weren't dark enough, so I used my vintage photo and colored them. And I'll show you the difference because these are the pages. So it would be this compared to this. And my customer that this is for she likes everything grungy, so I went with this. So I just took the vintage photo and just went over them. So there's that. So I have an extra one here. These are already pre-cut, ready to go. I'll show you how I cut the bottoms for the large ribbon holder. I'm going to try not to talk too much because there is a lot to show, and this might be a long video. So there's that. These are my bottoms. These are the bigger pockets. And then this is the plastic piece that's going to go here. And then the trim, well, the trim will go on that first, and then I'll tack this down. And then sew all the way around. So I've got those all ready to go, but I'll show you how I got that bottom piece so it would fit on there perfectly. It's pretty simple, but I'll just share it. So I got 6 of those. I'm doing 6 with the one big pocket at the bottom. And then I made a template for placement for my top pocket. So I did that. So I'll use that. I think that's all I need out of there. Yep. Okay. Oh, I can put this back in. I'm not going to do anything with that right now. So I've got my large Sizzix Big Shot Plus that I'm going to cut this out of. And basically I just have this acetate, and I'll show you my box. I pulled it down. I got this several years ago at Goodwill for $1.99, and the box is pretty full. And they are clear. It has a black sheet of paper in there, and basically they're sheet protectors. But yeah, I'm using them for pockets. And it says, archival quality, will not crack, scratch, tear, or discolor. No photocopy transfer. Okay, so that's cool that they won't discolor. I did not pay attention to that, but yeah, I just like them. So I'll have enough of that for like a long time. And I just cut them down, and I cut a piece with a little bit larger than my die, and then I put a piece of paper behind it because it just, I find that it helps with the acetate and die cutting. Or if you're going to cut it on your trimmer too, you should put a piece of paper on top and cut it with the acetate down. It's just something that I found that helps me. So I'll just go ahead and cut this real quick and then move on. Because, and the reason why I do that is you see that I've got, I haven't had a chance to wash this yet, but there are paper fibers in there, and your acetate will pick that up. So I just put a piece of paper underneath it and tape it. And I can cut this size on my regular Big Shot, but because I like to put it at an angle, and I do have the bigger one, so I can do this and put it at an angle. It just is a lot easier. I'm just going to use my small plate instead of the large one. Okay. So see, it does stick. All right, I'm going to get rid of this because I don't need it anymore. Okay. So there's that. Put this back in here. So see, there's my acetate piece, and I'm going to keep it, I would have liked it to keep it with this, but how I got, I think that's just a piece of lint on there. Yep. My bottom pocket is I cut it on my, I'm going to save that piece, my trimmer. And from experience, I have better luck if I cut from this way here. If I try from the bottom up, it wants to bunch it. So I just know that my pockets, did I not? Just grab my notes here. I've been making notes along the way and changing them, so I'll probably type these up after I've made a few. My large pockets are 3 inches tall, and I changed it to 5 inches wide. That's going to be too wide, but I'll trim it off. I'd rather have a little bit wider and then trim it than not wide enough. Okay, so there's my acetate. I'm going to cut an acetate down, and I'm basically going to cut 3 inches tall, and this will fit on the bottom of here. So I'll actually get 2 pieces out of one, and that's what I did. I have them all pre-cut, but I just wanted to show you how I did that. So I know I need to be at 3 inches, so. And go slow when you have acetate because it can bunch up. Okay, there's one. So now I have one piece to go on the bottom there, and it fits perfectly because it's the same shape of my page. So there's that. And then I would just do the same for this one here. Flip it over and cut it 3 up. But I'll wait and save that. Okay, I don't need that. And this is just an extra. I'll stick this in here. So I have my other smaller pieces cut as well in these little pocket pages to keep them safe and clean until I get ready to use them. So I'm going to get rid of this because I don't need this anymore. Yeah. Oh, I just wanted to show, like, if you were cutting something like the acetate, just like say you were just cutting a size, like my top pieces are 5 by 1.5. I just line it, this acetate up at the 1.5 mark here, and I slide a piece of paper in there. All you need is a little bit. It's hard because it's hard to see behind that guide. So there's 1.5 there. You only need a little bit of paper in there to cut. So whatever size you need, just stick a piece of paper in there, and as long as it's covering where you're cutting and a little bit over and a little bit past, it would be great if you went past here, because sometimes it likes to kick when it gets to the end. So if you had a longer piece, that would be great. Let me see if I have a longer piece of paper. Yep, this will work better. And this is how I do my acetate. Just use your scrap pieces of paper. Trying to line this up. It's hard because it's actually, this could be another pocket, so I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to do the 3 by 5. So I'll just slide this paper in there. And see what I mean, how it goes past to where you're ending. That makes for a lot better cut. So I'm going to go ahead and just go slow. There we go. That way, before when I cut the other one, it kicked off and it does make a weird cut. So there's that. I'm not going to save that little piece, but so if hopefully that helps for when you're cutting acetate to keep everything clean and uniform. So there's that. So let me get rid of that. The floor is going to be my friend today. I am going to do some sewing. I guess I'll do these pieces first. And what I had is I made notes so that I wouldn't forget anything. Because on my last one that I made, that my customer already has, I messed up one of the steps. So, and I had to make all new page, so I didn't want to do that. So now I'm writing down, sew all the lace trims on the pockets first. So I'll do that for this one here. Oops, get that. Bring my sewing machine over. Might be some jiggling. I don't know how much you'll be able to see, but and it looks like I forgot to put my thread in. So I'll do that now. Let's see, what do I have in here? And I just have a, this is the lowest model, Bernina 210. Let's see here. I've got a white. Sorry, I meant to have all this ready, but you're going to get to see everything today. These are my favorite bobbin holders. I have to use a strictly only Bernina brand. So these are really nice. It keeps it everything clean. Alright, so, and let's see, I need some thread. I've been out in the garden all weekend, so I'm kind of a hot mess as far as my allergies and froggy. I'm using Silky. This is embroidery thread. It's shiny. I love it. It looks really good on paper, and it's not going to break. And I have, yep, same matching thread for the bobbin. So for this Bernina, I have a little threader here. I don't need it for sewing. I do need it for embroidery, but I always thread it. Maybe I do, I don't know. It's been a while since I've done anything. Okay. And this does have a needle threader, thank goodness, because I can't see anything these days. Okay. I don't have to pull my thread up on this, but I do anyways. So I'm just gonna clip that longer thread off. There we go. All right, I think I'm ready. And I'm going to move my, for my machine, I move my thread space up to a 3. And I do have the option on this to move my needle wherever I want it. And I do have a needle down option. And that's important for me. So let me get this. Man, I dislike paper clips. Okay, so let me move this over a bit. And what I'm going to do is line this up on my grid. I don't know if you can see that. Let me put a piece of paper. You can put this on a piece of paper. Like so. And tape it so it doesn't move around. And I line it up. You can do it however you want to do it on my grid here. And then I'm going to just tack my trim at the top, because I'm going to sew across the top. I'm only going to tack it somewhere in here with a little bit of fabric tack. So let me do that. Scrap. Just going, oops. Just going to tack it down because I'm going to sew it, so, but I don't want it to be above where I'm going to sew. So that should get it. And now because I have my grid here on my mat, I can kind of see where that top part is. And this is too wide, so I will be trimming it off. I just want this to stay down while I'm sewing on it, so I can get rid of this paper. And then just going to give this a trim. And there is some black pieces of paper on there, but I can get that off with my little eraser. So this is going to go on here. So I'm just going to give it a trim. I probably should have trimmed it. Just going to line it up here, right there. Is that little piece of tape? There we go. There we go. All right, I think I got it. All right. Now, I know it's difficult. You're not going to be able to see what I'm doing, but I'll show you after. I'm just going to sew, and I'm using my presser foot as a guide. I'm going to sew in that top line. There's the line right here on the top of the die cut, and I'm just going to follow that line with my little line that's in my foot there. Just going to go right along there. So I'll do that real quick. And I always start in and then back up and come forward. If you start on the end, all your threads are going to be at the end, and they're difficult sometimes to handle. So I'm going to start in just a little bit, find my foot pedal, and put my needle down. The needle down also gives you control too, where your item's not going to be all over the place, because when it stops, the needle will be down and it's going to just, you know, secure everything. And because it's acetate, I'm going to go kind of slow. I'm not going to speed through it like I would other things. I'm just eyeballing it. And I stopped inward too. I didn't stop at the end. I went to the end and then backed up a couple stitches. So there's that. Let me move this over. Okay. Go. So, and this is a thing that I saw Rhonda Winstead do, and I've been doing it ever since, is burnishing the back of when you sew on paper items or plastic or anything, tracing paper. Burnish those stitches back down. It takes away, it puts the stitches where they need to be, and it takes away that puffiness where it's pulled. So there's that. Then what I would do is just pull my threads to the back, and I did backspace. It's kind of hard to see. I've got my blind things up in front of me because the sun is like right here right now. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that. If I can't pull it to the back, I'll just snip it. But I want to make sure that if it is loose, that I do pull it to the back and secure it. Now that one I think is loose. I can barely see it. Yep. That one pulled to the back. I'm just going to tie it off and snip it. Because sometimes if it's loose, it'll pull out and you'll see like a dangly thread or whatever. So, grab my small little scissors here. Oops. Okay. And then this one does not want to pull at all, so I'm just going to snip the front and the back. Oops. Okay, so there's that. So there's one pocket. This one will go on here, And this is for the large thread organizers. I probably didn't grab one out, did I? No. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sew all the way around here, but I want to tack this down first. Still have a little bit of I cut it with that black paper that comes with the plastic, and I won't do that again. I'll use white paper because that black stuck in where it got cut. So I want this to go right there. So I don't want glue everywhere. You're going to see it, and I'm going to sew it around. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here right behind the lace. Just those two spots, just to tack it. And then place it down. The only thing with working with acetate, it's hard to see. So I'm just going to tap it so that it's down. And that should stay until I get to sew all the way around. Let's see. I thought I did one. Yes, I did. I did a sample one. Here, and this is where the smaller ones will go. Let me grab my thread. Every time I think I'm prepared, I'm not. Okay, so I just need a medium one. Let me just grab this one here. And then a large one just to show you. What's this one? All right, so see this pocket here, this big one, is for the large ones here. And I'm only doing 6 of these, and then I'm doing 6 of these, which will house all of the little mini, or the small ones, and I call these the medium-sized ones. So you can fit a few in there. So that's basically that. I mean, you could put these in there too, but it hides the lace. And I basically designed these pockets, these heights, for this particular way. So there's that. I guess I'll sew all the way around and show you how I do that. This is going to be a long video. And I'll probably mark this as part 2 for the viewers that wanted to see. Now, on this one here, I'm going to sew all the way around, and I'm going to use the same guide on my presser foot, where this line here, I'm going to follow all the way around this way here. But I have the option to move my needle all the way to the left. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully it'll go well, because I don't want to make another pocket. And I'm going to start in here so I can stitch forward and backward. I'm just wondering if I need to move that over. I think it'll be alright. So I can back stitch and you just won't notice it that much. Oops. I forgot to move my needle over. There we go. Okay, I messed up already, but it's okay. All right. I'm going to go slow, especially in the corners. I got my needle down. I'm going to lift it and pivot many times in the corner to get that curve. Okay. And I'm holding my fingers, pressing down on this so that it doesn't bunch up and move. Okay, I think I'm out of room. And I have all the patience in the world for this kind of stuff. I love the detail. And right here with the laces, just be careful that your foot doesn't push it upwards. You can lift a couple times and make sure it's still down. It would be easier if this was straight or just rounded, but with this corner detail it takes a little bit more time, but I love the look. I'm just taking one stitch at a time. Go. I'm on the home stretch. I'm just going to connect to where I started and then backspace a couple. There we go. Oops. Move this out of the way. I got a little conflict here. Here we go. Okay, so that's it. I got a couple weird stitches in the beginning, but I think I can fix that. Where I started over to the edge too far over and didn't move my needle, but I'm just going to take a couple stitches out. There we go. Don't even notice it. And then again, before I do anything, I'm just going to go ahead and burnish those stitches down. Okay, and then I'll pull these to the back if they want to come to the back. Looks like that one does. Oops. There we go. Going to be a hot one today. That's why I wanted to get this video done early this morning. I'm already sweating. Okay. Somewhere there's a loop. If you don't see the loop, you can pull. If you have both of these, just pull on that. It'll come up. I'd rather tie them off if they're loose. And I'd rather have my threads to the back. It's going to be glued down. So this might be a 3-part or more maybe. We'll see. It does take a long time to make these. I don't have them made up ahead of time. So see, this will go in there for the large one. And then this will go on the this will get glued on the page here, like so. Oops. So we'll have, what did I say, 24 pages? No, 12. 4, 8, 12 pages. Okay, so there's that. I can show you, so I won't do another one of those because I have those already. Those are for the large. These here are for this one here, for the medium and the small one, so I can show you how I made a template for that. So I put the smaller one on top first, and then the bottom one will get caught in when I sew all the way around, but I have to stitch this one first. So I need one of these, and then the top one here is a 1.5 inch. I have them pre-cut, so I'll do the same thing. I'm gonna need this, where I will set it in place here. You might have an easier way to do this, but okay, that's in place, and I'm just going to put some glue on the back of this and tack it down. And I'm just going to go below where I'm going to sew. Because I have that on the grid, I can see where that top line is. There's that. Now I'm going to trim this off. I can just barely see that. I think I need to trim it even further, so this is going to go up here. There's my template. So this is my template here, and I'm going to clip this. I made this so that everything would be uniform. So I'm basically, okay, I'm going to have to sew this, but I'm just going to Stick this here. And trim that before I sew it. There we go. Alright, I gotta sew this lace on first. Kind of getting ahead of it. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to sew my trim onto my piece. I just need to remember to move my why is that not center? There we go. Oops. Alright, and I'm just going to sew right in that first dotted line there. Oh, couldn't find my foot pedal. Alright, needle down. Okay. Give that a burnish. See if my threads will pull. Yep. This way here, it'll be sandwiched in the glue and nothing will come out. Oops. Didn't quite get it. There we go. Don't want to come out. There we go. Okay. Where am I at? 42 minutes. Oh wow. It's gonna take forever and a day for this to upload, but it's a process video and there's no way I can make it. I don't have editing. So okay, there's that. Alright, so now I'm going to glue this to the top of my pocket. And this is where this template comes into play. I just want to make sure it's good. So I'm just going to put some glue behind this lace. Not any further than that because it'll show, you'll see it. The lace kind of hides it. Strings. Okay. So this template is going to help me to put this right up against there. Whoops. So all of my top pockets will be uniform. Just want to make sure that's secure. And that's just for the top pocket. And then the bottom pockets, I have them cut, but I cut them wrong. I should have cut them with my die cut because I need that shape. So I might go ahead and do it and just trim them by hand. That would be alright. So let me just do that real quick. I gotta sew this on. There's that one. So you see there is a lot to it. So if this is yours and you're waiting on it, you're getting a good look seeing how long it takes me to make. Okay, secure that. Okay, where's my other tape? Okay, some glue. See, it's easier to do assembly line. I would just go through and sew all my trims on, get them all ready to go. That's why I made a list. Tweezers. These are like my third hand. Just put this down. I didn't need these long, but that's how long that die is, and then I just trim them off. Kind of rough trim it, and then I'll just see here where I need to be with this. I'm just going to tap it down like this. Oops. Yeah, would have helped if I ran this through the die cut with that bottom piece to be the same, but that's okay. I'll trim it with my scissors after. Okay. Oh, it moved on me. All right. Come on. I think my tape is outwore its welcome. All right. Just gonna give it some trim. Oops. There we go. Okay. So now I'm gonna glue this down. Grab another paper. Right here and right here, where the behind that lace, just on the edge. And I'll put this in place, hopefully. I know this looks crooked, but the pattern piece is crooked. Okay, I'm going to try to tap this down. I think that's good right there. I have to trim that a little bit. Nope, I'm good. I am going to trim this though. There we go. See, if I'd have done it with the die, it would be perfect. I'll clean it up after. Okay, that's tacked down. I am going to put a piece of tape just for safe measure. Just be careful because it could pull up your project, your back paper. Okay, so now I'm going to sew all the way around. Okay, need to move my needle. There we go. Oops. And I'm going to stop and start within the lace here. It's a lot of foot pedal action. And I'm just going to go slow as I approach this lace so it doesn't push it upwards. And sometimes I lift my foot just to make sure that that lace is underneath the foot. Looks like I need to get my threads out of the way here so they don't get within my other threads. Alright, I can take this off. Oh, I messed up. I forgot to sew this on, but that's okay. I can do it after. It doesn't matter. I think it'll still be good. And I'm going to keep lifting my foot to make sure that that lace is underneath the foot and it's not going to push it upwards and bunch it. Okay, that really disappoints me that I didn't do that top pocket first. I was supposed to do this top pocket, so but see, I usually do these all assembly line, so let me go ahead and get rid of these threads, and I'll just do it real quick. Yeah, I usually do like an assembly line, and I've got a list that I made, like do all this first. So, see if these threads are going to pull to the back. It's pretty tight. This one maybe. I don't think this one. If they don't pull, you can tug on the front one and kind of see. Okay, that did something. No, it's not going to come, so I'm just going to trim it. I probably could have went with a little darker thread, but that's okay. Just going to tie all these three off. It's going to be glued in anyways. So see, I should have sewn that top little pocket on first, but it's alright. Alright, so what I'm going to do is put my template back on. Goes right there. I should be able to see that, so I'm going to sew right along this line here, and with the same width as this, follow with my foot, that little line on my foot, and then I'm going to move my needle over just a little bit like I did here. Okay, let's do that. I kind of do that first, but it's okay. I can do it after. Just glad my pocket didn't move around on me. Now see, it's going to be hard to see. So what I'm going to do, this is a trick I do. If you can't see where you're going to sew because there's like a glare, take a piece of paper or something and push it up against there. That'll be my eyeball line right there. I've got that paper pushed right up against the bottom there because I couldn't really see that. Once I put it on my machine, there's like a glare. I can't really see this line that I'm following. With the paper there, secure that down, I'll be able to see it. So let me do that real quick. It'd be great if you could see what I'm doing, but oh, let's see, do I have my needle in the right position yet? Okay, so I'm just going to be careful that I'm not going to backspace. I'm just going to make sure I secure it off. I'm going to start my needle on that back thread there and end on this other thread here. And I'm just following along the edge of that paper. Oh. That worked out perfectly. I'm just going to move my needle up. That should be good. Okay, I just used that paper as a guide, and look how beautiful that turned out. It's pretty straight. Let's see, let me get some light in here. Okay, the sun has moved on, and I'm going to burnish that stitch down. See if I can pull that thread to the back, and I didn't back stitch, so I really want to get this tied off. That's not you. I don't want to take any stitches out. Come on. Where are you? Hang on. There we go. If you pull on that back stitch, it should loop up. I'm just, I need new glasses, and I have trifocals as it is, so I don't know what they're going to do. Let's see. It's there. There it is. Alright, let me tie this off. Be careful not to break it. But this is embroidery thread. It's pretty strong. I like it because it's silky. It has like a beautiful shine to it. Okay, there's that one. Well, that was a blooper, but it worked out. This other one. So yeah, there will be another part after I get all these sewn. Come on. Alright, so there's that. So this will house whatever. I'm not sure what I'm putting in this booklet for her yet, but yeah, these will be for the little ones, and these are for the mediums, and then this other one, there'll be 6 pages of these, and then 6 pages of these. So, and they'll go in my Where's my little, oh. Like so. And I thought I would do one large one and then one of these and then rotate, you know. But I think that worked out really well. So the stitching is not too bad. It's not perfect, but yeah, the after fact, it didn't work. It worked out pretty good actually, but I was just lucky that my pocket didn't move on me. So yeah. All right, I'll end the video here because I got a lot more to prep, and I'll just show the next step on the next video. So there will be a part 3 for sure. So I'll mark this as part 2, and I'll change my last video for part 1 for that. So okay, I have some prep work to do here and some finishing up. So all right, I hope that was helpful, and I'm glad I got all this stuff done in advance, so that's going to really help. I can just zip through, sew all these on my pockets first, have them all ready, and then assemble everything. All right. Enjoy your day. Take care. Bye.